Hey guys, Prince of Mastodon here, and unfortunately, this is not live commentary, but you're gonna see all the video footage live. For some reason, the audio didn't record, but you can see I'm clearly moving my mouth there. It's just no sounds coming out. Anyways, I was playing SparkChess again the other day. So, in this video, you will see two matches. The first match isn't, well, we'll just say my opponent was kind of a beginner. But it was still fun though, because chess is ultimately still a game, and all games should be treated as such, made for fun. So anyways, I went, it started off with a standard opening. I brought my knight out, and then he made that move down his rook side. That's typically not a good move. So it was kind of then where I realized that my opponent wasn't, too solid on the foundations of chess. And, I could have actually eaten his pawn earlier than that, but I saved it. So now I do have a pawn advantage over him, and I've got my knight right up his king's file there. And his king has no protection right now. Look, he's moved his pawn, the pawn from his rook up. There's nothing in front of his king right now. Nothing at all. So I'm gonna open up the attack onto his king. So I've got this bishop coming to support my knight. And I got my queen and bishop down there on my king file to strike up there when I can. So I'm gonna eat that knight right there. I want him to move his rook over. If he does, then my queen can come up there and take that pawn and put his king in check, and that's gonna open up my attack on his king. Anyways, the match after this is a bit better. Because in the next match, my opponent thinks I'm a complete beginner, and he tries what they call the scholarly mate. Basically a mate in 4. Some people call it the blitzkrieg. But anyways, I'll get to that once we get there. Let's finish this match first. So here, my task here is basically to put his king in checkmate as soon as possible. Because I already have a supreme material edge over him. Look, I have 3 pawns compared to his, well, I have 4 pawns compared to his 1. In terms of, pieces taken. Sorry, pawns taken. And in terms of pieces, he has a bishop, I have a knight. I've taken a knight, sorry. But what to gather here is not the material advantage, but more of the positional advantage. Look at his king. His king has absolutely no protection right now. And I moved up my bishop to put his king in check, so he has to eat it with his rook. If he didn't, his king would have to move, then I would have eaten his queen with my bishop. Not a very good exchange. So he went for the for this scenario where he loses his rook instead of his queen. So that was a better way to minimize the damage. But at this point, this battle's already over. So my only dilemma right now is that I only have a knight and a queen in the attack. So I'm thinking, that might not be enough to put his king in check. So then he makes a mistake of moving his king right there. So I can put him back in check. So I can get my queen in a better spot to put him in checkmate. So that will not put him in checkmate. But it is going to put him in check, and that's going to force his king even closer into the center of the board where I can put him under attack. And again, if you just got here, sorry, this is not live commentary. I'm adding the commentary after the fact, because for some reason when I was playing this battle, it did not record the audio, so I'm a little annoyed by that. But whatever. I pretty much know what I was thinking at the time. So the next move will be checkmate. So this will end it. So that ends the game. And, there's my little celebration there. Anyways, now I'm gonna wait for the next match. And this next match, this guy takes me so lightly. His name is the Beast. And he's gonna try to checkmate me in 4 moves. And I actually do make a huge mistake in this game. I accidentally give away a bishop. No, sorry, I give away a knight, thinking I could fork his king and queen, but I completely overlooked the fact that there's a bishop right there ready to eat my knight. I was just so excited that I saw the opportunity and I took it without even thinking, and that's costly in chess. So anyways, here's where the Beast invites me. I am playing as black this time. So he moves up with his king. I move up my queen's bishop up. Maybe gonna go for a Sicilian, but then he moves his bishop out. So this is when I know he's going for an early checkmate. Probably could have moved up my pawn instead, my king's pawn. But hey, this works too. So then he moves his queen out, but he's going for this early blitz. But once I move my knight there, that blitz is already over. You can't checkmate me anymore. Like, he should have just stopped. He should have called off his attack at this point. So there I gave away a pawn by accident. That was another mistake. In this battle, I gave away a pawn and also a knight for no exchange. So those were costly mistakes, but I'm able to rebound. I guess you can call this a comeback. So he puts my king in check there. I'm gonna move up my knight. So you can see, look, I've moved 3 pieces compared to his 2 pieces. And as black, that's not good for white, because white should be ahead in moving its pieces around. So he has completely neglected the growth of his development of his pieces. And that's going to let me formulate a superior attack than what he's doing right now. So I'm going to take out that bishop. What I want to do is castle on my king side here. But now I'm thinking, is there a rush to get my king into safety? I'm going to put his queen into check here. And this is where I make my stupid mistake here. There's a bishop right in front of my knight, right? So, watch this. He's going to move his queen in a spot where I can check his king, rook, and queen. Look, without even thinking, I was so excited. I eat this pawn. I even thought it was over right there, but he just eats it with his bishop. And I'm like, did I really make that dumb of a mistake? So now I'm thinking, wow, my opponent goes for an early blitz, and now I might actually lose to this guy after his slow development. So now I'm thinking, come back, I'm gonna put my king into safety, and also get that rook out there, because I see his queen in front of his king, and that's usually a no-no. So I'm gonna put my rook behind my bishop, so I can open up an attack on his queen, and put his king into attack, but I think he's gonna eat my bishop here with his knight, which is perfect, because that lets me move up my rook, putting his queen into, I guess you can call it a check. So he puts me in check first, actually, sorry. And that's not a game-ending move, unfortunately for him. It's just gonna, open up my defense a little bit, but compared to his defense, I think I'm in better off shape. So now I got his queen under fire. He can't do anything about that. He can move his bishop in the way, but that would just delay it, because I still have a knight attacking that square right there in front of my rook. 2 spaces in front of my rook, sorry. So that completely throws my opponent off whack here. Now he's thinking longer. Because he was going for that early knockout, this kind of move basically was kind of like a punch in the stomach to him. It just took the wind out of him, and now he's thinking, wow, what did he do? So he moves his king up now. I guess he wants to get his rook out. I'm going to take the opportunity to kill that queen. And I'm going to start developing my pieces. But now he's going to offer me a draw on his next move. And obviously, I am not going to take it. I think it's here he offers me a draw. I'm like, really? A draw? I am not going to take a draw. Your king's out in the open. You don't have a queen. Your rook has nowhere to go on your queen side. So I took the win. And that was my Spark Chess for the day. So pretty fun stuff. And I'm glad I'm playing chess again, because this game really was my first strategy game that I loved. I started with battle chess, and I started playing real chess, on an actual board against human opponents. But yeah, that kind of 4-move blitz with a pawn, bishop, queen, that would work against a beginner, and only if the beginner doesn't make an incidental mistake moving his knight to protect his king's pawn structure there. So it's so easy to stop, basically. And if that person messes up, then he's gonna be in trouble for a costly development of pieces. Because, yeah, you shouldn't move your queen out that early. According to Jose Capablanca, one of my favorites. Hope you enjoyed this battle. See you later.